Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to FACEIT TV for the Road to QuakeCon tournament here with me and Suits, and it's time for more Quake Live for Group A. It's second last match for Group A now.
That's right. We've got the two losers here that haven't won a game yet, but it's Noctis and Clawz, which is an interesting clash of styles. It's a series that has never happened, as far as I know.
Really? Oh, I guess like
because Noctis doesn't really play Duel, so I don't really know how this is gonna go. I feel like Clawz has been the really shy boy of today's group, and Noctis has been the kind of the over-aggressive guy who hasn't, unfortunately, not been able to. I see he's been unfortunate. That's actually a good way to put it against some of the players he's been against.
Yeah, he's played well.
But I say he's definitely far more up for fighting than Clawz is. Even though I'd say Clawz has got better aim, I say that Noctis has got a better sense of when those fights should happen. And it looks like the series is going to start right now on Sinister. And we are going to be jumping over to Clawz's point of view over here. This will be his map pick. And he's going to get himself red, yellow. He's got a couple of weapons already. He'll want to work his way over to the railgun fairly soon. But Noctis getting that first 80 damage out the way. It's going to make him feel good.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one because this map's also very much like Blood Run in many ways. Ooh. High yellow, low yellow, exposed mega, very high up, exposed red as well. And Clawz is already getting a bit of damage. It's all about this next mega engagement. Who's going to be stronger? Noctis is going to deny Clawz. Clawz too slow out of the choke point, and he can't press forwards, which should give Noctis a nice edge into the next red armor as well. Oh, that's a sick rail though from Clawz.
Noctis managed to return that as well somehow. That was an unbelievable trade between the two of them. And I guess I like that Noctis backed off. He realized that, oh, Noctis, you just picked up the red armor. Yeah, I better let you have position over this. He's found Noctis over at the red. Going to look for more damage. Misses the rail right at the end. Would have helped him a huge amount then. But both these players don't really have the pressure. Oh, if I win this game, I'm going to make it through the groups or anything like that. Both these guys can relax. They can play it however they like. And I think because of that, I think we might see Clawz loosen up finally and actually play what he should have been playing earlier today. Albeit versus a weaker opponent.
Yeah, and Noctis is definitely going to be hoping to get a win on the board as well. Here and just get some dignity back as it's time for the rockets here towards yellow, and it's going to be Clawz getting a lot of damage received there. That was a little bit too inefficient, that engagement. That's going to set him a little bit behind. He's going to need to really connect a rail or so before he can really challenge for one of these next big items, and the red is next. So Noctis is going to find him with the teleporter, and that could be a quick kill. It will be actually a suicide from Clawz, and he goes down to -1.
That was very close. His rocket, as he went through the teleporter, was just a tiny bit too early, and Noctis delayed his push through the teleporter enough to get the kill, and then he's going to be able to pick one up by the mega health. Clawz not absolutely ready for that. A pretty solid game that Noctis has brought so far.
Yeah, I like the little delay of the mega as well. He also, because like in CS, if you're from CS, there's a death cam in this game, so you can, if you just hang out on that, you can see when they take it. So Noctis delayed it, and Clawz can't know exactly when it's going to be next. And it's still, and the problem though is that you have the double-edged sword here because now the mega and the red are spawning almost exactly at the same time. So Clawz could get a steal in if he figures that out.
Clawz actually up above. That was just taking damage really. There was nothing more than taking that. He puts himself in a position where he can get red, but look at this. Noctis is going to be able to charge, and he's got enough time to do good damage. Looks for a rocket afterwards. Ooh. Almost gets that rail onto Clawz. That was insanely close.
Yeah, he's definitely had a haircut with that one. So 1 to -1. And Noctis is still looking really good. He's trying to trap and bait Clawz again. He's going to hear him. Does miss the rail, but he's actually created a lot of strong opportunities here. And if he keeps missing these shots, though, Clawz is going to get back in. And he is going to take the red armor. So now Noctis has issues because he's too low to really defend this mega if Clawz gets in there on time, but he's not going to do so because he doesn't know exactly when it's going to be.
Yeah, even if he did have timing, I don't think it would have been the best push anyway. He picked up the top yellow a second before mega spawned, so it wouldn't have been enough time to get into position. And Noctis was staring right at the only place he could have turned up to do any damage if he wanted to. Clawz gets onto the red again. I mean, he's not looking bad at this point. A comeback is definitely not out of the question. He's early on this mega health. He should just go for the fight. Don't try to steal the mega because it's not going to be up for Noctis. Yes, he gets the kill anyway, though. Puts himself back onto 0. Now he can set up for that red armor again. And Clawz is not looking so bad. He's going to have to forfeit a yellow, but that's fine. He can work with that.
That was so close. Anything less than that direct rocket, and Noctis gets the mega and wins the fight. and is in control.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. But now Clawz is really back into this one. However, again, the Mega and the Red very close together. But Noctis, look at that, just hiding around the corner there in a very unexpected location, reveals himself. But Clawz actually doesn't get the frag there. I thought for sure he was going to actually be favored to get the kill even, but Noctis gets away. Mega's coming up. Another nice rail from Noctis. Clawz is going to be too slow to that Mega, and Noctis is also now back in contention to start actually having some engagements around the map and pressuring Clawz away from this red armor.
Well, what Noctis did there was actually very simple. He just literally distracted Clawz for about a second and a half, which is all the time he needed to get the Mega health comfortably for himself. 5 seconds still till that red armor's up. Noctis and Clawz, a very tight LG fight, but Noctis with a stack advantage, gonna get the win there and re-extend his lead.
Oh, this is a dangerous game Clawz is playing. He's like right in the open. He's like, hello, Noctis, I'm here. I'm going to leave now. And he manages to actually get out of there and survive. So, and he's going to lock him out of the Mega. This is ridiculous. Clawz, with a very, very bold play, is going to be picking up that Mega, pushing forwards onto the red armor. He's going to get that as well.
So Noctis, was that direct, or I didn't quite see, or maybe that did like 50 damage?
I'm not sure exactly, but Clawz as well is back in this now.
Yeah, taking a couple of risks and doing it nicely. The problem is he's always got a frag lead that he has to be chasing. We've passed the halfway time recently. Mega and Red are going to be up at the same time. I feel like Clawz is always between 5 and 10 seconds early for an item. I don't know if he's just doing it positionally or if it is in fact a timing error. But either way, this has led him to get 2 major items right now. So he is looking like an absolute beast on this map. This should be a frag now for Clawz. Rockets are good, the LG was fine just beforehand, and now it's back to a 1 frag game.
Yeah, Clawz has done really well here. He's giving the right amount of respect as well, I think, in turning up early with some of these items, because I think he wants to make sure he can get a good position first, and he's going to be in with a quick rail there. Can he get the follow-up onto Noctis as he darts up the jump pad to escape the situation? Clawz is going to wrap around up the stairs, and he's going to find the LG onto Noctis after the pickup of the red. It was good damage from Noctis, but the timing's not going to work out too well because Clawz has that Mega to fall back onto. So he should be able to convert, but Noctis comes in again unexpected with the LG. Oh, so close.
Yeah, Clawz eventually gets control of his rockets and also Noctis' positioning and gets the lead. They're very tight though. Noctis, if he was able to dodge maybe one more rocket, it could have been a frag for the Austrian.
He's 1 behind now instead of being in the lead. So Clawz finally, I think it's the first time he's experienced being in the lead.
Yeah,
today.
Whatever. I think you're absolutely right. The same for Noctis though, when he did have the lead. So these guys are in new territory at least for this Saturday.
And that was a really nice flick shot. That does make you start to think that Clawz is really beginning to feel more confident in his execution.
His LG has been so good now. Like, why couldn't your LG be like that earlier? And let's have a look again at his aim. His rail's not been amazing, but it hasn't had to be. He's been getting pretty up close and dirty in these lightning gun fights.
Yeah, and he's going to be coming away with loads of armor here as well. But it's how well Noctis can keep surviving for, because he doesn't need to take an engagement right now. He's only 1 frag behind, so he just has to pick his fights really carefully. He has the luxury to do that still, and he's going to steal away the Mega as well. So he's going to actually get himself in with a nice opportunity. Red is next. Will Noctis decide to pressure that? Does he have enough armor to actually go for that now that he has the Mega as well? Because here comes Clawz. Well, he will get denied out of that choke point, so he's had enough already. He's going to go for the rail angles. Wow, the double.
Okay, yeah, that's big. Getting the 2 rails is really nice. Actually, it's going to slow down Noctis quite a bit. Well, I don't think that Clawz should actively look for a fight. Sure, having just a 1 frag lead is not the most comfortable thing, but he actually might be able to extend it right now. His LG is so damn solid. He's going to crater a tiny bit, lose some damage, some health there, but the Mega immediately after. He's on position for the red, and this is closer and closer to looking like a first map for Clawz.
That was actually really good positioning there from Clawz, because he was up top. Usually, when you're a weaker player than Noctis was, you go up top. You go up top because it's safer, and if you have more stack, you want to try to get onto the Mega, so you go lower. Often it's a bit 50-50, and well, Clawz guessed right that time, and we'll get the kill, and that's going to cripple Noctis' chances in making this one happen. I think 2 kills to go. Just over a minute. Clawz is still looking really strong. I mean, how is Noctis going to get back into this?
Could we switch over to Noctis' point of view? Awesome. So he's got a bit of health. He's got... Well, I was going to say he's got time to get armor. He really doesn't have much. This lower yellow is going to spawn in a second. So what he needs to do now is just completely outplay Clawz in a fight, which has been very difficult, especially to take that rocket immediately. And Clawz's LG has been incredible this match.
Yeah, you can get some really quick spawn frags on this map. There is a couple spawns, like if you manage to get the frag near Mega, you can make them spawn by that low yellow, and that can be really nice, for example. But it's looking really hard right now because Noctis needs to get the damage in. Clawz is still quite healthy. He's going to pick up the shards and just take his time.
He's always landing something as well. He's always, every time Noctis is close to being able to challenge, it's always just that one extra rail. It's, oh, no, I've got to go and pick up another item. And now 20 seconds left, Noctis. You got to do something right now. He's looking for any little hidey hole that Clawz might be in, but those seconds are ticking away rapidly. Gauntlet out, and he has accepted defeat right here. That is going to be 4-2 for Clawz as he gets his first map victory of the day. And make it 5-2. But yeah, nicely done. This is how I wish Clawz would have played earlier on. You see the amount of times that he's looking for damage when he's not necessarily close to the item that Noctis is at, or he's not challenging to get the item itself. He's going for damage anyway. He looks so much more confident in the fights themselves. It looks like he actually wants to pick fights. That's not the mentality he showed when he was playing against Cooler or Evil.
Yeah, it just looks better across the board. He's much more active. Felt like he was
the
very
pressure's off though.
Before.
The pressure's completely off. So
you think it's completely pressure based?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
and the respect level, sort of, you have those the Quake legends essentially that you're going against, or the Duel legends, which is more accurate because Noctis is still a legend, but not necessarily in Duel.
Yeah, I think you could be onto something there. I mean, we definitely did see some tremors when there's some more tense moments where he would have known this is my chance to beat this player on this map.
And Sinister as well is an amazing map for Clawz, and he actually really showed what he is capable of doing on that map, because I think he played that extremely intelligently. Even though he was at a frag deficit for quite a bit of the game, I still think he played it excellently. Noctis had his chances as well, but he will get a better chance on the next map as we're starting now on Elder. Now I'm not so sure. Maybe Noctis would have picked Sinister, but that seems very unlike him, because we've seen that Clawz likes to pick Elder as well.
I think it was Noctis that picked Sinister, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's
Clawz picked it. Okay.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
So that's interesting that Noctis wants to pick Elder. So maybe he does like it a little bit.
He is often a new maps guy. I mean, he's a new maps guy. He always loves the new maps, and there's buttons and stuff for him to play with.
Yeah, it is nice for Quakers now.
Keys.
There's lots of fun little extra mechanics in this that you get to play with. There you go. There's one. Open that little window, and there we go. The secret has been revealed. But it is going to be Noctis who's got the key to play with, which is always something you want to be careful. You don't want to give away that key easily. Give up an easy frag. It's got very tentative, both players going around the map. It's kind of each to their own side. Maybe at some point they're going to clash.
Yeah, the red is coming up, and both of these guys absolutely want it. Well, Noctis should already have a lot of armor, but he's going to go for the rocket jump. He's going to pick it up, steal it away from Clawz. Clawz was not able to actually get the damage in there. It would be nice. Of course, he would need a railgun to actually pressure it from distance. So Noctis is going to be in here. He does not have, of course, the key that Clawz... Oh, no, he does have the key. My mistake. Okay, yeah, he did get the LG spawn, so that makes sense. So Noctis is just chilling right now, in position. And I like that they're both playing a slow pace here. The red is up again, but neither player really needs to take it. So here we go. Noctis jumps in for the engagement. This is looking pretty good for Clawz, so he's pinned him down at the bottom of the ramp with the LG. And
what?
Oh my god, how did he get away with that one? He's going to get the red as well, or no?
Oh no! Machine gun, Clawz has just got to stick this on. He could even just rush at him if he likes. Is that a risk too much for him to take? Where has Clawz gone?
Oh, he got away.
The 5 HP bubbles, he would have been losing that health immediately as those bubbles were being taken. And Noctis survived. That's a miracle, to be honest.
But the red still hasn't been taken, and that means the Mega's still up. So Noctis might assume that both were taken immediately. He could have challenged for something. But he's going to have no idea when these items are spawning.
I think survival for him there was the only thing on his mind for a short period of time. I wonder what his rotation is like at the moment on the items.
I think that neither of them have any idea what's going on with the items right now. It's really, really weird. Clawz took all those 3 at once, but I don't think Noctis had any idea about it, so this is really odd.
I feel like the focus was so much on the fight as well, and the situation that Noctis was so low by the pillar. I honestly am still surprised that Clawz didn't get that kill. I think he could have taken a risk to drop down. He just maybe didn't want to have an opportunity for Noctis to get an air rocket as he was falling.
this is actually really scary for Noctis right now. He doesn't know when stuff spawns. He's actually managed to, I think he's around the Mega at the moment. I think we heard him on the jump pad. So Clawz should have seen that as well. So Clawz is going to give away the Mega, which should not have happened because Clawz should still have been able to keep his rotation alive and then find the window to pressure. I feel like he gambled for pressure there when he didn't have to, giving Noctis an in back into the match.
Yeah, Clawz going for that railgun. You've got to take time out. You know, you've got to give some advance notice if you want to go for the railgun. It's so out of the way on the map, and you just lose all information essentially on what your opponent's doing. Clawz eventually getting a rail to land. He's getting weakened quite a bit, and Noctis starting to put the pressure down.
Yeah, he's really zoning him out at the moment with these shots. You can see Clawz is kind of trapped in the railgun yellow area of the map, and he's just been put out of control so far, and it's going to be back in for the red play, but in comes Noctis in a timely moment with the LG, trying to get it done with the rockets, and he's going to do it. How much does he have left though? He's got, okay, there we go. We can see he's actually quite strong still. So yeah, Noctis is loving this right now.
That was a very Evil-esque play actually with that aggression. Definitely reminding me of the Evil there. And he's going to pick up a little spawn frag as well. So 2 to -1, and Noctis is looking brilliant. I mean, I don't want to like do any casters curses or anything, but we might actually see a tiebreaker map for the first time today if things keep going this way for Noctis.
Okay, I like you can actually, something that I think is quite cool is you can even like throw a nade there to like make the sound cue, so that, you know, to try to trick your opponent.
Yeah.
Because it will detonate and the button will be depressed and the stairs will go off and make the noise.
Yeah, you can press the button as well from the other side of the stairs if you aim down the side of rockets.
That's really cool.
Some people start to mess people around. It's just, for some reason, very satisfying to look at the stairs go up and down.
Yeah, I agree.
My OCD is just totally switched on at that point.
Alright, so Noctis is locking Clawz out of the red armor area again. So he's managing to hold on to the major items, but Clawz is picking stuff up still. So Noctis's pressure is not necessarily doing good enough of a job to keep his frags coming. So Clawz has actually managed to stabilize somewhat here. But for how long will he stay alive?
Yeah, he needs to get off those negatives as well. Not bad damage. Nice. He does get the follow-up this time with the rail. Can't get himself another one, but he's taken essentially no damage in that fight. So he's looking pretty good. But he really shouldn't have given up that red armor so easily. That was, I think, a silly error from him. He sees that the red's not up, so he's got to assume that Noctis took it.
Yeah, I love the move. The aggression was really cool, but he had to go back straight away. Yeah. But he kind of overcommitted a little bit, which is unfortunate, because that could be otherwise. He'd be on the Mega, and he would likely be in with a frag, so almost making the perfect play.
Noctis wasn't so healthy just then. Clawz misses that rail shot. This top yellow is going to be up in a second, but he's just going to have to listen to Noctis picking up all the other items around the map. He's going to top up his railgun ammunition, which has actually been serving him pretty well this game. Oh, nice. Set up that angle for the shot brilliantly just then. Just tiny bits of splash damage with the rocket, so that's not really going to do anything extra. But this time you've got to defend that railgun. Sorry, railgun, the red armor.
Here it is. Clawz is really weak now. Is he going to overcommit once again? Noctis could really get a lot done here if that's actually the case, but he's just trying to play the rail duel game, which is not going to work out too well for Noctis if he's not able to connect at least one.
Look at all the items are up. There's just been sort of a standoff here for ages. And Clawz is eventually going to leave. Noctis does go for the red. He was even weaker than Clawz was at that point. Yeah. Noctis gets the 2 major items, and he gets the yellow as well. Clawz really drew the short straw just then.
Yeah, again, like delay plays are really good if it works in your favor, and that's kind of the point when you're out of control. You need to make them work in your favor, so you need to get into position whilst you're doing it. So if he'd actually got past the door somehow, of course he didn't have the key, then he would have been able to take away the Mega and the yellow as well.
I think he should have hung around in the room. Both of the players were available. Noctis was slightly lower than him. Clawz messing up his jump. That could have been a chance for him to get a kill. Clawz, what the hell are you doing? It's not even Noctis kind of pushing him off with damage or anything. He's just really cocking up his jumps. You get punished so hard for making movement errors on Elder. And that's going to be 3-1 for Noctis. And yep, that's how you do it, Clawz. Pretty straightforward rocket jump, but Clawz having some horrendous problems with it.
Yeah, I think we see some similar stuff to some of his earlier Elder matches as well for Clawz. where it's about that, you know, thinking ahead kind of game. It's like it's making some good plays, but sometimes he's like focused on the wrong things, like focus too much on damage and not enough on positioning and vice versa in some of these spots. Because it looks really good at first, and you're like, oh, actually, he's left himself in a kind of a bad spot afterwards.
And you see like Noctis picking up all the items,
exactly,
and, getting control of the rest of the map and having those opportunities afterwards. And I think it's a big shame for Clawz. I mean, Clawz keeps on making those opportunities happen for himself, but no, I haven't actually looked at the clock for ages now. We've got less than 2 minutes to go for Clawz to make 4 frags, and he's hoping, praying that Noctis won't find him on this red area. And that's gonna work. Hiding. That'll be the way forward. No shame.
Yeah, and he's a lot of kills here to get equalized, and he's gonna go for the first engagement. So far, it's very scary at the moment. 22 HP left. The Alive is gonna just escape down the obelisk, make his way onto the yellow, but he doesn't really have time to mess around and retreat. But he has no health to stay and fight, so it's kind of a horrible situation for Clawz.
He's gonna be able to get the Mega, but that's not even a big bonus. Knowing that Noctis is taking the red now, and this has been pretty much the entire map, I think, that Noctis has had the key as well, so we permanently locked out that upper corridor and having to make these annoying little moves on the tentacles. And really, your movement has got to be amazing to, I think, be truly a great player on this map. The door's going to close. Nope, sorry, gutted. You can't go through there anymore. Bye-bye. This is your last chance now. You've got to get the kill right now onto Noctis, and he actually does do it. He's going to be able to get the red armor. There's 40 seconds to go, so he's got to hope to catch him out to spawn. And surely Noctis would have spawned on that side of the map. Run, Clawz. Rocket jump. Run. And he gets the key. That's a nice rocket jump. Don't even go for the Mega. Yeah, don't even go for the yellow. He's checking any hidey holes, and Noctis is just hiding by the railgun. Oh, what a cruel place to be. And Clawz isn't even going to recognize that.
The funny thing is that Clawz doesn't. It's like the only place on the map he hasn't checked. He doesn't want to go there because by going there you waste so much time.
Exactly.
By checking it, so you don't want to check it.
This map is honestly, it's so brutal for hiding places when you're trying to make a sort of last-second comeback. There's all these like places in the top areas of the maps as well that you can hide, and if you're comfortable with your rocket jumps or anything like that. But yeah, as Noctis shows, you can be a bit cheeky and get away with it in the last dying seconds of the game. Unlucky though, Clawz, but I'm kind of happy that you lost that, because we get to see a tiebreaker map for the first time today. We'll get one more between these two before we eventually move over to the cooler Evil game, which is... I'll be done for the... I'm happy for the weekend. Having to see that game, I was like, I'm done. Yeah. I can leave for home happy. But
and that's not even scratching the surface, because Group B is actually going to be super sick as well. Yeah, it is. Super interesting.
But it's just like, the cooler Evil game, that's just, for me, is the best thing in Quake at the moment. Yeah. You see a lot of Evil Cypher, which are arguably the two best players at the moment, but Cooler this year has given the most interesting and exciting games, and Cooler has definitely been the most entertaining matchup he's had. So yeah, that's going to be amazing. Tell your friends, families, pets that you should tune in for Cooler Evil, and it'll be after the next duel.
Yeah, so what's the third map that we're going into? Was it Furious Heights?
Would like to agree with you, however, I'm not entirely sure. I need to write these things down, but we'll find out in a moment as they get ready up. Unfortunately, whoever wins this next map will not be able to make it through to the next stage of the tournament, but you know, they get a bit of pride, some bragging rights over. Although I think Noctis, to be honest, is just looking forward to the team games tomorrow. It's CTN, in fact.
Blood Run again. Okay. All right, so we're into this one, and it's going to be a very good start here for Noctis. He's got Clawz down to 87 HP. He's actually going to finish him off. This is a god tier start for Noctis. Oh my god, it gets worse. It gets worse too.
It does get worse. What the hell are you going to be able to make of this? I think Clawz should be lucky enough to get the top yellow. But he's trying to be around the map so he can see something that's going on. There you go, 50 armor. You can be chuffed with yourself there. But I think he's going to have to play a defensive game for a fair while longer if he wants to at least contest for a frag. Because right now he's just, yeah.
Please don't
walk all over him.
Find me, please.
Listen very, very carefully. And maybe you'll be fortunate to duck and dodge away from him.
Oh no.
That rocket immediately. And the rail.
The combo kill. Oh yes.
And he's going to find another little frag down here. 3-0. That is a scary start. Is he going to find one more? He looks for it. Looks for a pixel shot, but doesn't quite get it. And Clawz, what are you doing up here? A rocket jump from Noctis is arguably the most obvious move that you could expect. And Clawz.
But what is Noctis doing? He's just
steamrolled.
He's going for the yellow there when the red is spawning, and he would know that it would be spawning too. So that's kind of weird. Maybe I guess maybe it's an oversight. Got a bit carried away. Yeah. He is hitting everything, so he's like, I just want to shoot this guy.
Yeah.
I don't care about items.
That's how he approaches Quake in essence. That's just I like to do damage to individuals.
It's basically he's like renamed his shortcut to Dude Shooter 2015.
He's in team averages, but it's quite a modest name, I'd say. They should just be the shooter team. We've got a lot of interesting names in the Quakecon teams, as there are fairly few sponsors. So we've got some fun names, which I will remember later, guys. Promise.
It's like the biggest team ever. They have amazing names, guys. Yep. Let's see it's fun. I'll tell you them later. I don't remember those.
We're focused on the game, you know. I don't want to shy away. We're on topic right here.
Yeah, and oh, that's a nice nade. Finally, some sick damage there onto Noctis with the pineapple in the face. And Noctis is just doing the rounds at the moment, just picking up all the items. So it's pretty standard. The problem here is that maybe he would have liked to delay that red a little bit, because we can see that there's 3 seconds between the red and the mega. So that means that he's going to have to be very smart about how he picks the engagement right before the red mega, so that he can take both. That's kind of the big deal here, and not give one up to Clawz. That's the hard thing to do. Let's see if he's going to get both of them. Clawz is going to invest in... He's going to be very out of position here, so Noctis could very well get both if Clawz hangs around for too long, and indeed he will hang around for ages. Now Noctis can just go straight up and get himself the red, so that window of opportunity has now closed. Ooh. Unless...
More rail damage. Does hit one more, but Clawz is going to be so weak after all of that. Yeah, that was quite nicely done by Noctis. Almost... a good initiation to a close fight for Clawz. Actually, he gets a direct rocket right out of the teleporter there. That was impressive, in fact.
Yeah, the only issue is that if he wants to get the kill, he should probably play for the mega. That would be really nice if he did that, because of course Noctis, as you mentioned, is low. And if Noctis gets this mega, he's going to get pretty much like a lot. He should get a lot of stuff right now. Even if he gives up the red, he should be able to get all the yellows as well. And here he goes. He's taking position. Clawz decided to go for the safe play. And that is ridiculous there. Noctis is keeping the plays rolling in. And he's just completely hot at the moment.
That rail was so sick. The follow-ups are insane. Clawz just does not stand a chance right now when Noctis is hitting like this. Those are like the shots that you dream of hitting, really. Those little prediction rails.
The shots where you send them to make it straight away.
Oh, that was sick. And Noctis, he's just continuing for him. 8-0 right now. And Clawz, you may have gotten one map in this series, but getting a second is looking less and less likely as Noctis continues to smash your face against the wall.
He just did like 250 damage though with that LG, but it doesn't seem like it's going to matter too much, because he won't be able to get onto a weapon in the foreseeable future. So, but you can see how heavily movement mistakes can cost you in this game, and see the battle over the mega, and Noctis will win it. So that should be him safe now for a while. The red is actually up on the spot. Is Clawz going to make the jump across? He must be up there. He likely spawned at Plasma. Yeah, he did indeed. He's just hanging around there, but he's not going to be able to do much. He just doesn't have the weapons, doesn't have the armor and health. And Noctis should be able to pick up even a frag very soon. Yeah, there it is. He's going to jump straight into Noctis. Feels like Clawz is...
I think Clawz has realized. Yeah. I think not only has he lost his heart for this game, I think for now, because his tournament life is meaningless. I think those first early moves from Noctis, where he is getting quite a few frags, Clawz is feeling less and less motivated to put in that hard work in order to grind back the control, get the weapons and everything. Right now he's looking for a frag movie, but it's actually Noctis that is getting that.
Absolutely, and that's one of the hardest things when with dueling in this game, is that when you're dueling at this level and your opponent's playing just very, very well, but he's hitting everything, like Noctis was at the start. There is sometimes just nothing that you can do. You just have to like accept that right now you're just going to be 5-0 down or something, and that you're going to have to fight back, and that you're going to put confidence in the fact that you're hoping that he can't continue to do that forever. So you just have to try to keep making good decisions. It's very hard. That's like one of the hardest things, I think. because if you can be good at surviving spots like that, you can definitely be one of the best players in the world and have consistent tournament results.
Absolutely. Well, these guys are going to be getting out of the way in the next 3.5 minutes to make way for 2 champions of the group, and I think they're going to be showing us exactly how it's all done. I found the team names, by the way. I mean, I totally remember them without any prompts whatsoever. We've got it's Meltdown Bar, by the way, which is Lincoln Wins Toxin Zyrex. So that's, I believe they got some sponsorship from that.
Yeah.
But teams like Breaking the Curse, that's DeHang's team, as he always seems to come second at Quakecon in the duel. Even though their team game is just, their team play is amazing, I think DeHang is looking to be a Quakecon champion this year round. Apparently found them. There's Rafa04 Clock and Cygib, because this now, what, the 4th or 5th new player they've had. They had Brick. They got rid of him.
Brick was awesome, man.
Brick is an amazing player.
Brick was really good.
Apparently there's like a clash of personalities.
And his name is Brick. Best name.
And then there was Sparks, Canadian guy, also been dueling quite a lot. And then there was, they had Waz briefly.
Yep.
And then he went, and then there was Carnage. And then Carnage, I think, 2 nights ago announced that he's not going to be in the team. And now, who's the player? Then Cygib is going to be joining us. Cygib's been practicing really hard for Quakecon. Also, we've got, it's great that we've got some South American teams, 2 South American teams.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Ghost Squad and what's the other one? Severed Legion as well. Severed Legion is kind of a mix of various players from different South American countries, and then Ghost Squad is the Chilean
Severed
team.
Legion.
Yep.
What these names?
there was a team that was called Blood Dragon or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That was. I think they changed
That's
their name.
awesome.
I can't remember what they changed it to though. Oh, they changed it to Bro Science.
Bro Science, nice.
So
love a bit Bro
Quakers
Science.
are good with the names. And it seems questionable is the team that Brick was in, but that may have split up that team. And then don't let
well,
Zorak pick.
Well, seems questionable. So.
Yeah. So I think there needs to be some updates around. But yeah.
You said Zorak was in that team?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's actually going to be an interesting dueler. He climbed into the top 10 of QL ranks in under a year of playing Quake.
Yeah, I know he's really hungry.
Timing. He could time 4 items at the same time, but he couldn't hit a stationary target. So now I wonder if Zorak's actually going to be a bit of a dark horse coming into Quakecon 2015.
I know that he was always very hungry to kind of prove himself against really good players.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
He was always kind of frustrated that the NA scene was not as active as the European one, so he didn't have as much opportunity as he would have liked. So it's pretty cool to see that he's stuck it out though.
No, completely.
Because there's always stories like that. Like we had, for example, Backsteam. Yeah, he's the prime example. He was really good when he was at his most hungry. He's reaching for the skies, and he was getting there.
It was a shame that he didn't continue. He went to a LAN, he did really well, beat CZM, and then he lost 3-0 to Cypher, but every map was an absolute nail-biter. And then after that, he kind of just drifted away from it, which is a shame when he was just about, he was getting towards stardom, essentially, and Quake as close as he can to getting it.
He wanted more competition, more activity, and I guess he felt he got because he was putting in so much work.
It's an amazing amount of games that he put into this. Yeah. Got to congratulate Clawz, by the way, for getting a frag in this game. Sorry, I've been drifting away from that one, but I feel like there was a lot of garbage time in that. I didn't really feel like the players were so into it after Noctis was getting his frag movie going. But congratulations, Noctis, for getting himself a 2-1 victory today. However, neither of the players will go through. We do have the very exciting game coming up next, which is going to be Cooler versus Evil. I want to, on paper, I'd predict Evil to go through because, I mean, it's Evil. He's been beating pretty much everybody online. There was a point in Quake Live where he went 110 games unbeaten, and 110 maps, should I say, which is just staggering, basically. Well, more than what the Ninjas Pajamas guys. Albeit the 89 win streak or whatever, or 87.
78-0, I think it was.
I think it was 80 something.
It's 80.
You should know. You're the CS guy.
I can't remember. I was casting Quake back in that.
That's
period,
true,
so
actually. I think we both were. But yeah, Evil is an insane player. However, Cooler, he is one of the few people who has the key to Evil, is how Cooler described it himself. So
okay,
we'll see if he can do it.
It's got to be Blood Run, Lost World, and Furious Heights.
I'd love that to be. I'd love that to be the pool.
That's what I would expect with these two guys.
I would expect though maybe Evil will pick you know, he might just try and mess Cool and pick a Sinister or something. But the thing is, Cool is so competent on these new maps anyway now. I don't really feel he needs to put in huge amounts of hours to practice a new map. He's so good at them, irrespective of that, because of the way he thinks about his opponent.
Yeah.
That he doesn't. The map knowledge is almost meaningless. Obviously, isn't, but in the way that I'm just putting the emphasis on how he plays against the player itself.
Yeah, like the difference in edge is like less than 1% or something with these guys. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But all right, guys, we'll take a quick break. Tell everybody, use the tweeters. Cooler and Evil are about to play in the last match here for Group A for the FACEIT Road to QuakeCon tournament. So we will see you very shortly after the break.